video.
You made it through 28 days later. You outlasted 28 weeks later. But will you survive 28 years later? I mean, 28 years is a long freaking time. It's been 28 years since the rage virus ravaged the UK. A group of survivors now live like modern-day settlers on a lonely island within a quarantine zone. As a coming-of-age ritual, young men from the island travel to the mainland to learn how to survive and to learn how to kill. And now it's 12-year-old Spike's turn. It's an eye-opening experience to say the least, but it certainly doesn't deter him when he decides to go back in search of a reclusive doctor he hopes can save the life of his ailing mother. Needless to say, things go sideways. Director Danny Boyle and screenwriter Alex Garland, the minds behind 28 Days Later, have reunited to infect us all again, with the first part of an upcoming trilogy picking up 28 years after where they left off. And even if I didn't already know that this was the first part of a trilogy, I would have definitely figured it out by the end, because 28 Years Later feels like the opening installment of a trilogy. It's a movie with a beginning, a really long middle, and in lieu of an ending, a setup for more. And I'm going to go on a mini rant here because I hate how trilogies are done these days. The trilogy is announced before the first movie is even finished. Why can't we just focus on one movie at a time? A movie with a strong start, a compelling middle, and a satisfying ending that makes us want more. Instead of just telling us that there will be more up front, whether you want it or not. If the movie turns out well, if it's a hit at the box office, then do more. When you have a trilogy right out the gate, it creates limitations. To use a Southern parlance, don't count your chickens before they hatch. What if the first movie flops? What if the first movie just sucks? What if the rest of the trilogy doesn't happen? Exorcist believer, I'm looking at you. It feels like you paid full price for 1/3 of a movie. And it's the filmmakers pretty much letting you know right out the gate not to expect a satisfying ending, or an ending period. End rant. And stick around to the end of the video to hear Jeremy's thoughts on 28 Years Later. Now that's not to say that 28 Years Later isn't a good movie. It is, although it's my least favorite of the 28 series to date. The movie opens during the outbreak of the rage virus. In fact, the very first thing we see are the Teletubbies, which put a huge smile on Jeremy's face. A group of kids are watching Teletubbies on TV, and that totally cracked Jeremy up. Unfortunately, the young'uns don't live to see the end of the episode. Well, most of them don't. From there, we fast forward 28 years later, and the world has changed. I thought it was interesting to see how the survivors on this secluded island live their day-to-day lives. Though they're free of the creature comforts and technological advancements of the world beyond the quarantine zone, they aren't any less free of the drama and heartache that plague us all. The movie establishes that the world outside the quarantine zone treat it in such a way that if you were to step even 1 foot in the quarantine zone, you are not welcome back. And this makes perfect sense, because the infected have evolved. If you thought a group of rage-infected maniacs racing toward you blood-covered and screaming was freaky, you ain't seen the alphas yet. They're not your typical infected. They're bigger, stronger, and smarter. Boyle and Garland do a great job of balancing intense visceral horror elements with emotional character moments. In the first act, during Spike's coming-of-age journey into the Badlands with his father Jamie, we're privy to plenty of tense moments. When they're back on the island, Spike is faced with the decision to return to the mainland after barely escaping it the first time. Only now with his sick mother in tow, and the distant hope that an allegedly mad doctor can save her. From Babe in the Woods who'd never left the island before, to Babe in the Woods now forced to protect his sick mother in a post-apocalyptic hell zone. All within 24 hours. Did I mention that he's 12? When I was 12, the most pressing decision in my life was which movies to rent from the video store. The moments with Spike and his mother are poignant and emotional, which resonate, particularly after they've linked up with the mysterious doctor. The acting is all around exemplary, but it's the performance of young Alfie Williams that truly shines. This young man is the heart and soul of the movie, and he carries it on his tiny shoulders, delivering big time. I also loved seeing Ralph Fiennes. One of the good things about avoiding trailers is I had no idea he was even in the movie, and his performance as Dr. Kelson is definitely a standout. From a technical point of view, much like all of Danny Boyle's films, the atmosphere here is on point. There's a palpable sense of dread and melancholy throughout. The cinematography makes the bleakness look beautiful. But I was a little caught off guard by the, for lack of a better word, technique that Boyle used when it came to killing the infected. It's like these quick-cutting, multi-angle shots of the infected getting hit with arrows. So you see the impact from the front and from the back with like freeze-framed blood splatter. It looked like something out of a video game. I don't know, it took me out of the movie during some pretty intense moments in the movie. There are other things I could nitpick in terms of pacing and characters' decision-making, but none of it impacted my overall enjoyment of the movie. My biggest qualm here is with it's the first part of a trilogy thing. There's long stretches where either not much is happening or what is happening just feels kind of repetitive. It makes the movie feel too long and padded out at the same time. And the movie just ends instead of having an actual ending. And the ending we get is silly, which is so odd considering how serious this movie takes itself. Or at least it did up until the end. It's one of those I liked it but I didn't love it scenarios when it comes to 28 years later. And I really hope in the next installment it doesn't begin in the middle and end in the middle. It would be cool though if one of the alpha infected actually turned to Spike and said, "I am your father." See, I'm ending this review on a silly note too. It doesn't sit right, does it? If you've seen 28 Years Later, please let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments section below. And let me know where you would rank it among the other two 28 movies, and if you're looking forward to the continuation of the new 28 movies. If you like this video, please leave it a thumbs up and share it on social media. If you're not following me on social media, those links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Take care, and until next time, peace. All right, folks, we just got out of the theater from having seen what?
28 years later.
That's right, 28 years later, and this is a movie you've been looking forward to for a while, so go ahead and give us your thoughts on the movie.
Too gruesome.
Yes, it was quite gruesome. It was quite gory. It's definitely not going to be the feel-good hit of the summer.
Yes.
That's for sure. But again, this is a movie you've been looking forward to for a while. You penciled it into the schedule as soon as you first heard about it.
Yes.
We just got finished watching it, so give us your thoughts. Give us a rating on 28 Years Later.
2 thumbs up.
Jeremy's giving it 2 thumbs up. Okay, what did you like about the movie other than it being gruesome?
Killing.
The killing. There were lots and lots of killing. That's for sure. So what else did you like about it?
Killing everybody.
Killing everybody. Well, clearly not everybody a lot of people got killed. A lot of infected people got killed. They're not zombies, Bubba.
Oh.
They're infected people.
Infected people.
They're infected with the rage virus.
Yes.
So they're not zombies in the traditional sense. They're the infected.
Infected.
A lot of them got killed. That is for sure. Oh, and we were introduced to a whole new species of infected. You remember the alphas?
The alphas.
The alpha. Yeah, he was a big brute, big old monstrous, hulking infected.
Yes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to mess with him, would you?
Yes, Teletubbies.
That's right. The movie starts with a group of kids watching Teletubbies. So right out the gate, Jeremy had an enormous smile on his face. However, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen to those poor kids who are watching Teletubbies. They don't get to finish the program, that's for sure, right?
Yes.
They don't get to see it to the end. It's kind of sad.
Yes.
Is that sad?
Sad.
It was kind of a sad movie too, wasn't it?
Yes.
Did it make you sad?
Yes.
Okay. So you liked the gruesomeness, you liked the killing, you liked everybody getting killed. What else did you like about 28 Years Later? What was your favorite scene in the whole movie?
Killing.
Any killings specifically? Any specific killings really get your,
Head.
Yes. We saw some beheadings Not beheadings, but people getting their heads forcibly. It was like Sub-Zero.
Said zero.
It was like Sub-Zero's fatality from Mortal Kombat, where he tears your head off and your spinal column is attached.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yes.
We saw that a couple of times, didn't we?
Yes.
So you like that a lot, huh?
Yes.
Did that remind you of Mortal Kombat?
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit. So we know you like the killings. We know you've got plenty of bloodlust. You like that violence and that gore and that gruesomeness.
Yes.
Tell us what was something else you liked about the movie that doesn't pertain to violence, gore, and killing?
Cool.
It's cool. There you go. And you're giving it 2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
2 thumbs up. There you go. Jeremy is giving 28 years later his official seal of approval. 2 thumbs up. The killings are on point. The gruesomeness is on point. All the things Jeremy looks for in a good movie, right?
Yes.
There you go. All right, Bubba. What do you want to say to everybody?
Thanks for watching.
What else?
Watch on social media.
What else?
Watching on Facebook.
What else?
Happy 4th of July.
Have a great 4th of July. That's coming right up, isn't it?
Yes.
That's going to be here before you know it.
Yes.
My goodness.
Justin's birthday.
It's going to be my birthday coming up real soon. What are you going to get me for my birthday?
Don't know.
Don't know. Okay. Anything else you want to say to the people?
Thank you. Peace.
Peace.
A huge thank you to all my patrons and channel members for your generosity and support. Become a patron today and get early access to videos, have a say in what content appears on my channel, join me for monthly live streams, exclusive watch parties, and more. Become a channel member today and get access to exclusive badges and emotes to use when I stream, as well as members-only watch parties. Both those links are in the description.
Say hello to the internet, Jeremy.
Hello to the internet.